Hi guys, how many of you are kind of like me? We got almost, just a little bit under 8 inches of snow. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'm right here at home. My car's safely locked up in the garage, away from the cold air and the snow and ice, but it snowed for 17 hours straight here. What I thought about doing, since I can't get out, or I just don't want to get out. If you're like me, you'd rather be at home sitting in a corner reading a book or watching a movie. So that gave me the ideal of, during the winter months, why not do videos once a week, twice a week, whatever we want to do, on video DVD reviews. I know that Life of Patty does them too, and I always enjoy watching her. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do them, why not do once a week or twice a week and categorize them like romance, western, comedy, family, horror, whatever. This is the first week, so I got a little bit of mixture. But this is going to be movies that you can sit down. I will rate them by whether I think children should see them or whether they're okay for kids or whatever. But anyway, we're going to start out with a movie called A Home of Our Own. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This movie is just wonderful, and it stars Kathy Bates. And it's about a woman who lost her husband, and she's got her kids to raise. She's got 4 or 5, and they lose their home, and they kind of set out on their own, and she's looking for a place. And she comes across this place where this guy him and his wife were building a home across the road from their home that they live in. They were going to build a new home. Well, when the wife died, he just completely stopped working on it. And it had sat there for years, so it mostly looked like an old barn. Well, she talked him into letting her buy it. Her and the kids, I mean, I swear it's nothing more than a barn. But they stuff the walls with newspapers and all of this, and they move into it. She gets a job, and feel-good movie of a single mother trying to raise all these kids, and trying to work and build a house all at the same time. And at Christmas, she would she'd give the kids presents that had to do with building on the house. Like, one kid got a hammer, one kid got a measuring tape, stuff like that. And of course, they're little kids, so some of them didn't understand, made them cry. But anyway, it's a really feel-good movie, and I give it a 8 out of 10. And the reason I only give it an 8 is because of the spanking, the whooping of the kids in the movie. I didn't care for, because it brought too many memories up of my growing up. And I didn't care for the spanking part. But other than that, if you can get past the kids getting spankings and whippings, this movie's for you. It is excellent. It's a feel-good movie, and it's one you can sit down and watch with pretty much everybody. Alright, then our next movie is going to be The Evening Star. This is the second part to, if you have seen a movie called Terms of Endearment with Shirley MacLaine, this is the second part of that movie. This part picks up where Aurora is raising her grandkids and the trouble that they put her through, and it goes into Aurora's death. Don't want to give it all away, but Jack Nicholson is back in the movie. Bill Paxton, Juliette Lewis, Miranda Richardson. It's just a fantastic cast. Of course, I always pick any movie that has Shirley MacLaine. I love this woman. And I give this one a 10 out of 10. I don't think that there's anything in it. I mean, just for a couple of certain little things, nothing major. But, some parents are very strict about that. All right, The Evening Star. Our next one is a Anne Bancroft movie, and it's called The Homecoming. This movie is absolutely beautiful. It's about I mean, beautiful for the heart. It's about 4 kids whose mother, I think she has, I want to say she has a mental problem, but anyway, she takes her kids to the airport, and she goes in to do something. She runs off and leaves the kids just sitting there, and the kids find out where their grandmother is, and they take off hitchhiking. Very young kids, 13 and under, and they go to their grandmother's house, and the grandmother really don't want them, and she absolutely dislikes her daughter that had the kids and left the kids. And the kids stay with her for a couple of days, and the grandmother kind of keeps trying to push them out, even though they have nowhere to go. But the kids keep doing things to make the grandmother believe that they're useful and she needs them and stuff. It's a great movie. I give this one a 10 out of 10. And anybody can watch it, any age, I believe. This one is a little different. This one is also Kathy Bates, and this is called Dolores Claiborne. Now this one, I would say under 13 shouldn't watch it, not because of any kind of nudity or anything like that, but it's kind of the scope of the movie is why. And it's about a woman who learns that her husband had been abusing their daughter, but she didn't know till after the daughter had already left home, and she ends up paying him back for it, to say the least. But it has an old-time country set to it, so you'll really enjoy it. So this one, I would say 10 years and under shouldn't watch it because of the tone of the movie. And I give this one a 10 out of 10. I love a good mystery. And that's Dolores Claiborne. Our next movie is one of Tom Cruise's very first movies, and it's called Legend. This has trolls, fairies, unicorns, it has the devil, and it's just really a cute movie. A lot of fighting, sword fighting, stuff like that, so I would say maybe 9 years old and under, I wouldn't let them watch it, simply for the violence in the movie. But it is beautiful scenery. I mean, it's just set up really well. So I give this one a 8 out of 10 because of the violence. But there's some really funny parts in here too. And it's called Legend with Tom Cruise. Okay, our last but not least movie. Now, I am very, very much into Bigfoot. And I am a firm believer that Bigfoot is real. I know part of you probably think I'm silly, but when I watch the Bigfoot movies, it's like, you can tell it's just a fake monkey suit with somebody running around. This movie, and it's called Exist, has come to the closest of a real Sasquatch, and the movie is excellent. It gets you through half of the movie, and then from the middle of the movie on, you are on the edge of your seat. And I love the fact that they show the Sasquatch up close and stuff like that. This one, I would not let anybody under the age of 10 years old watch it, simply for the fact it does have some pretty gruesome violence in it. Not like blood-slinging violence or anything like that, but I love the fact that they show Bigfoot and that he actually looks like a real Bigfoot. It doesn't look like a man in a monkey suit. And this, like I said, this has become the closest thing to what a real Sasquatch should look like. But, you know, I give this one an 8 out of 10 simply for the violence, and the kids shouldn't watch it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy it, let me know. And we will start doing this once a week, and we'll do it once a week, and we'll change categories each week. Like, we'll do romance, comedy, westerns, all of that. So, and if I don't have the movie here in front of me, but I know about the movie, I'll put a picture of it up. But I have over 3,000 movies here at home. Of course, a lot of them I don't have cases for. I have probably 600 or so on the little cylinder spindles because I just don't have room for all the DVDs. But anyway, if you enjoy this and you'd like it, and this gives you some ideas for stay-at-home wintertime movies to sit and watch, this will give you a clue to whether it's family-friendly or it should be just you and your husband, adults, or if the whole family can sit down and watch it. But, you know, I've got a lot of kids' movies, comedies, romance, and we'll get to them. So give it a thumbs up if you like this idea, and let me know if you think it's a good idea to do this at least once a week, different categories, and we'll only do it for the rest of the winter months, since a lot of us don't get out during this cold weather. All right, guys, have a good night.